Hi, I'm Zane Lamprey. In this episode, I go 3 sheets to Argentina. I drink Fernet, Malbec, and hang out with my buddy Steve here. Say hi, Steve. Well, it's a good show anyway. He's a little hungry. So am I. Da-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-da-da,
Every night, in every city around the world, it happens. People pour into local watering holes to, well, drink. It's my mission, that's me, to traverse the globe, getting to know these different people and their drinking customs. Bellying up to the bar, and with any luck, making some new friends. Warning! When you visit Argentina, consider taking a taxi. You'll see more of that later, but first... Argentina, land of the gauchos. Yes, they like their beef here.
Man, that would go meat.
But they also like their booze.
I'm f***ing wrong.
From mysterious mixers
Secrets?
It's a secret formula.
to mystical terroirs.
It's the only place in the world you can grow so good Malbec.
But this drinking excursion comes with certain risks.
How safe is this?
Primarily, the risk of a hangover.
This is like torture. What's going on here?
I guess I'll just have to take my chances. When I go... My Argentinian drinking adventure begins in the capital city of Buenos Aires. And my first stop is Plaza de Rego, one of many historic outdoor plazas that give the city a very European feel. In fact, Buenos Aires is referred to by many as the Paris of South America. It may get its architectural cues from France, but it takes one major drinking cue from Italy in the form of Fernet Branca, a very memorable tasting booze that was brought here by Italian immigrants and is now so popular, it's not only made in Italy, there's also a distillery here in Argentina.
Can I move the
You
monkey?
can touch my monkey.
Okay.
We're friends.
Here.
Meet Javier, Hernan, and Romina. They're representatives of Fratelli Branca Distillery, and they've met me here in the plaza to peddle their product.
I was told, when I smell it, don't make a face.
No, it's a lie. It's a very particular flavor, you know? Very complex.
Did I make a face?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's 80 proof, but to be honest, it's not the alcohol that's jumping out at me.
It has a lot of spices. Look at the legs on that.
Yes. You have more than 60
Spices?
spices, herbs, roots, fruits,
Wow.
you know? Mm. It's a very secret formula.
I would say, man, 60? Can you tell me 5 ingredients?
5 ingredients. I can't.
Really?
I can't.
You can't tell me
really.
anything?
I can't.
You can't tell me one ingredient? You can't tell me one spice? There's 60.
Though there's no way I can isolate 60 different flavor components, I have a few guesses about some of the ingredients.
Prunes.
Yeah.
That's it. That
Prunes.
is it.
Okay.
I mean,
Now I can celebrate finding out the most prominent taste. It's like spicy prune with a little pepper and a little anise. The closest thing I can actually equate this to is, oddly enough, this is Fernet, is Vermouth.
You like it very much, or you don't like it?
It's very specific.
Yes.
It's like spicy wine.
Unlike Vermouth, which is Croatian wine loaded with mysterious ingredients, Fernet is an Italian liquor loaded with mysterious ingredients.
Wow, that's good Fernet Branca.
And because of its power of intoxication and flavocation, Javier says most people like to tone down the flavor by mixing it.
Is he the right guy to be pouring it? Let's see, he looks a little generous.
yes. He's going to put 1 part of Fernet Branca and then 4
4 parts.
of cola.
A non-designated cola beverage. Nice work, buddy. The foam is a friend.
Exactly.
Salud.
Fernet and cola is such a popular combination here in Argentina, it's widely regarded as the national cocktail.
It tastes very
Particular.
herbescent. Is that a word?
Yes.
I don't
It's
think
okay.
I don't think
It's
it's a
okay.
word. Let's just drink. Salud.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Now that I've had Fernet and Cola's Argentinian style, I think it's time for another great Argentinian tradition, the siesta, to rest up for a night out at the bars.
You guys typically go out around 10 or 11, and you stay out until 4.
Yeah.
They won't be staying out until 4 tonight because these architectural students actually have a test in about an hour. Huh. I wonder how drunk I can get them before the exam.
Come on, everybody loves a drunk architect.
The aspiring architects and I are at a popular watering hole called Todo Mundo just across the street from Plaza Dorrego. And I can tell you, they're already about 1 sheet. But this show is called 3 sheets.
You can't drink anymore because you have a test tonight?
I have a test tonight.
But you've already had a lot to drink.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be okay?
I'm going home! I'm drunk.
Apparently, he's not the only one.
Hey! He's drunk! What a mess!
Okay, safe to say we're about 2 sheets now. But what's a little spilled Fernet and Cola among friends? Speaking of Italian drinks that are popular in Argentina, Gancia is an Italian drink company that makes a bunch of different sparkling wines, vermouths, and aperitifs, including Americano, which in Argentina is a citrusy herbescent vermouth with an alcohol content of around 14.8%. It's not as bitter and dry as vermouths typically used to make martinis. These guys say most people in Argentina drink it with a squeeze of lemon and a tablespoon of sugar vigorously shaken and served over ice. This drink is called a gancia batido, which means beaten gancia, and it'll make you pucker.
Let me try.
Go ahead. You like it? Go ahead.
I think these guys would like just about anything at this point. And so, after a few more gancias, Fernet and Colas, and beers, I'd say these students' architectural minds have been dulled to about 3 sheets before test time.
See you, man.
Bye-bye. Do well in your test, please.
Okay,
Do well.
thank you.
Do well in your test. Have fun. Listen to him. I just made those kids fail out of school. I feel so bad. All right, let's go drink.
Coming up, I take my thirst for adventure out west for a risky wine tasting.
You know, some people have died.
Are you serious?
Day 2 of my Argentinian drinking adventure. After a pleasantly booze-free flight from Buenos Aires, I've arrived in Mendoza, the capital city of Argentina's largest wine-producing region, also named Mendoza. I'll check out the city later. First, I gotta find out why this place is such a hot spot for viticulture. So I hitch a ride into the countryside and pick up the essentials for exploring the Mendoza wine region. A pedal-powered chariot.
Hola.
And a glass of Argentina's finest Malbec. Malbec is a red grape that was brought to Argentina from France. In the hands of French vintners, it's a little more than a blending grape, used to make Bordeaux and such. But in the hands of Argentinian winemakers, Malbec has become a wine unto itself, earning it the designation as the national grape of Argentina.
Cool.
And I want to know why. So I pedal my way over to Acaval Ferrer Winery, where Julian, the house grape guru, is gonna try to shed some light on the subject.
So what makes the Argentinian wines different than any other wine from around the world?
Well, it's the only place in the world you can grow so good Malbec.
Turns out Malbec grows exceptionally well here because Argentina's terroir is drastically different from the one found in France. So, what's a terroir? Take it away, Professor.
The mad scientist.
Thank you, Zane. Terroir is a French term, which essentially means a sense of place. Amongst wine aficionados, it's generally used to describe the climate, soil composition, and topography of a particular area. And I do mean particular, as an individual row of grapevines can be said to have its own unique terroir. The terroir in the Cahors region of France, where most French Malbec grapes are grown, produces a fruit with a rather intense flavor best utilized in blends. Argentina's Mendoza region, on the other hand, has a very different terroir, with a higher altitude, more sunlight, and lower humidity, which produces a softer and richer Malbec grape, with a flavor that stands on its own with little need for blending with other grapes.
Thanks, buddy.
And the Malbec is becoming more popular of a wine?
Well, with the success of Argentinian wines, definitely yes. More and more people come and visit Argentina, especially to drink Malbec.
If you come here to drink Malbec, please, be careful.
Peligro. When you're doing this, peligro.
Julian's brought me into the Accavel Ferrer barrel room for a bit of a sneaky taste test.
So this is known as a wine thief?
Yeah. It's a wine thief.
And you plug the hole there. Wine thievery. Is this gonna taste any different than it would taste in the bottle?
Yeah, of course,
Really?
because it's wine from last harvest, so it's been harvested 1 month ago.
Oh, a month.
Winemakers periodically taste a sample from the barrel to judge how the wine is aging.
On this time, you won't try to analyze the wine as something finished, but
Yeah,
you will pay
it's
attention
creamy,
to the
milky.
color, to the density of the body.
Based on these tastings, the vintner may decide to blend it with different varietals or different years before bottling.
What is the alcohol percentage of this?
The alcohol percentage is around 14%.
So this
Last
is
year.
stronger than a typical wine?
Yeah, stronger than wine from other regions because of the sun. Actually, well, Mendoza has something like 320 days of sun per year, so it makes the fruits to produce a lot of sugar. And the more we have sugar in the fruits, the more we have alcohol after fermentation.
I don't know if you know this about me, but I like alcohol.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, we have something in common, so.
There we go. Cheers. Salud.
Okay, so I've had Argentina's signature red wine, but what about Argentina's signature white wine? Time to pedal my way back to Mendoza. Well, I pedal as far as I can, then the crew picks me up on the production van and carts me back to Mendoza, where I'm scheduled to meet with a wine expert to taste some of Argentina's other fine wines. But since I'm in town ahead of schedule, I go in search of Mendoza's top-selling beer, only to stumble upon what may seem strange to the average American. I call it the 3-in-1 convenience store. A wide variety of drinks, a full-service meat department, and a full-on taxidermy service.
That looks like... Do you know Steve McKenna?
Come on.
Steve McKenna? Yeah, it does. Looks just like Steve McKenna. Gosh.
While this seems random, it's not.
High five. Okay.
Hunting and fishing are huge in Argentina, and so taxidermy is big business here.
Cool.
You know, there's nothing like a stuffed sow monkey to work up a thirst, and it just so happens they have the beer I'm after.
Quilmes.
Quilmes has been brewed in Argentina since 1890. It accounts for 75% of the beer market here, and it hits the spot on a hot evening.
Excuse me, sir?
Now that I've had that swig of beer, I think it's time to hit that wine drinking appointment I have at the Vines of Mendoza tasting room.
Are you gonna drink with me?
Of course.
You're gonna drink. You're gonna finish all that.
I may try. I think I can bear it.
I think that'd be pretty funny if you did that.
Mariana will be my tasting coach tonight. We're starting with the Torrentes.
Torrentes Riojano. This is a white grape variety.
Okay.
If Malbec is the red grape of Argentina, then Torrentes would be its white brother.
If you look at the color,
Yes.
you'll see that it is pretty similar to a Chardonnay.
As white wines age, they naturally get darker. The color can be enhanced even further through aging in oak barrels. Analyzing the color, what you see is the first S of the 5 S's of wine tasting.
So we can continue with the next step, that is the nose.
The nose of it.
The nose of a wine is, well, what it smells like to your nose. A quick swirl, the second of the 5 S's, helps release the wine aromas so we can smell them, which is the third S.
I'm really bad at this.
Yeah, so I can help you?
Yeah, because I want to say it smells like candy, and I want to eat it.
So
Maybe Mariana's sniffing cheat sheet will help.
What the hell is that?
you tell me.
Ginger?
Ginger, excellent. Excellent.
Some more swirling and sniffing marks the Torrentes as a cross between ginger, green apple, and honey, with perhaps a hint of cameraman.
You know what it smells like to me a little bit? Curtis.
Time for the final 2 S's, sipping and savoring.
The next step.
Is the part where
Yes, that is the best part.
Okay.
And we shouldn't take a long time because if not, it's gonna get too warm and then it's too alcoholic.
Okay.
Like most white wines, Torrentes should be served chilled, but not too cold because that'll suppress a lot of the flavor. Shoot for 60 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit.
I have to go like this after I drink it. I like to do this. Ooh, that's a fun one too.
You let some air in, and the aftertaste is really, really improved. All the aromas you feel. Oh well, don't. That is very dangerous.
Don't breathe in the liquid?
Yeah, you know some people have died.
Are you serious?
But it may be dangerous. I mean, you can start
Are
crying.
you making it up now? Did someone really die by making a bong sound with a wine or no? I think you should finish it. I think you should finish it for the
I'm
purposes.
gonna finish it?
Yeah.
Oh.
After a little Torrentes 101, Mariana has a nice collection of Malbecs. But I've already learned all about that.
Was that not cool? I'm sorry.
After dusting off quite a few glasses, Mariana puts the brakes on things in honor of her favorite, a blend of Malbec, Merlot, and yet another grape that flourishes here in Argentina, Tempranillo.
Peppery, jammy, jelly, minty, pruny, clovey, chocolatey, delicious. Where can I get this? Where is this?
This is that one.
Alpha Crux. When you're feeling down in the ducks, get yourself a bottle of Alpha Crux.
Cru.
What?
It's cru. It is a French word, usually for good ones.
Get yourself a bottle of Cru Crux.
What am I doing?
I
Alpha
would
Crew.
love
Alpha
to.
Crew. Alpha Crew. Sorry.
Well, I don't know French, but now, thanks to Mariana, I know a lot about Argentinian wines. Coming up, I escape into the Andes on a horse with a very familiar name.
All right, Steve, let's go. Come on, go, Steve. Where's the start button for these things?
I'm 60 miles south of Mendoza, heading even closer to the base of the Andes mountain range. I've come here to stop the ringing in my head, and Pablo says he has a solution.
So this is a yerba mate?
Yerba mate.
Okay.
Yerba mate is a tree in the holly family. Drinking tea brewed with its leaves, called mate, is something of a ritual in these parts.
And this is what you would normally drink it out of?
Yeah, it's a bombilla.
Who?
Bombilla.
Bombilla. It has a built-in strainer, basically.
Yeah.
Cool. And I'm drinking this out of a horn from a cow.
Yeah.
Yerba mate contains a tad less caffeine than coffee, and it's gentler on the stomach than coffee. So many people sip mate all day long. It's also considered an excellent hangover cure. But Pablo says this is just phase 1 of my recovery.
So what do you call a hangover?
Here is a resaca.
A resaca.
Resaca.
That's me
Yeah.
and most of my crew right
You have
now.
some resaca face. I see
I do?
in your eyes.
Thank you very much.
Now that the mate is starting to take effect, we jump back into the Malbec, the perfect complement to this signature Argentinian meat bonanza.
This is a parrilla.
Oh, what's that?
The parrilla is it's maybe the barbecue, but is the place where you cook the meat.
Mm-hmm.
This has history of 300 years in Argentina.
Back in the 1800s, this parrilla would look more like a smoldering pit with an entire cow carcass draped over it. a style of cooking known as al asador.
And then normally the person making the asado, the asador, doesn't.
You're the asador?
Yeah, I'm the asador today.
I'm the grill master.
Yeah.
Same thing?
Yeah.
The original Argentinian grill masters were the gauchos, this region's version of the cowboy.
What do you think?
Oh, man, that was good meat.
300 years of experience. And finding the right cows.
It's amazing.
Pablo is very familiar with life in the mountains up here because he's co-owner of the Vines of Mendoza, the same company that owns the tasting room I drank at in the city last night.
And they told me that I could actually have a plot of land here to start my brand of wine called Moose Knuckle.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Here, anyone with enough money can buy their own vineyard. And Vines of Mendoza, the company, will tend the vines and help you develop and bottle your own wine.
So is it possible that maybe we could go out and find me a little plot of land to plant my
Absolutely. That's what we're doing here.
Let's do it. Awesome. So this is it, huh?
Yeah.
This is Moose Knuckle?
Yes, it is. It is.
Kind of thought it'd be a little bigger. How many bottles can I get out of that?
Maybe 7.
And how many years before I can drink it?
10?
10 years before it's good? 3?
Yeah, you have a good one in 3 years.
3 years?
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll come back in 3 years.
Okay.
Okay? Come on.
What an adventure! From Fernet and Colas in the streets of Buenos Aires
Did I make a face?
to Malbec
That was a good wine.
and massive amounts of meat in the foothills of the Andes.
Man, that was good meat.
I've enjoyed every moment here in Argentina. A great place to horse around.
They think that as the show goes on, I get smarter, funnier, and better looking. But what's actually happening is they're just getting drunk.
Exactly.
So.
No, I'm not.
Touch the wire.
No, you touch.
I'll touch it with you.